guys, and welcome to another video. So today we are going to be talking everything mares, so that is why Miss Caramel is here with me. So today I wanted to chat a little bit about the journey me and my mares have been on recently, and just sort of give you a summary of my experience using VIP Miracle Mare. So I just want to start by saying that I absolutely adore mares. If you followed me recently on all my channels, you will know that I have been a big part of the She's Got This movement. So I wanted to eradicate the negative associations with mares, that they're marish, and that, you know, they're just not as nice a horse, because all mares have the capability of being just as incredible as any gelding and even more talented. So mares do get a bad press, they're labelled marish or a moody mare, and yes, mares do stereotypically on average exhibit more undesirable behaviours than geldings, and that's all natural. Now, I don't want to bore you with all the facts in the world. There are loads of research on this. I'll put some down below. I looked at this during university as well, and I found it really interesting, so I could talk about it all day, but we won't. But basically, it's natural for mares to be more moody. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about what's behind this and how we feed it. So VIP Miracle Mare is actually a non-magnesium supplement containing wheat germ extract. Now this supports mares during their season and helps reduce the challenging behaviours like I mentioned. The supplement is made up of all natural botanical extracts. This helps support healthy maintenance of your mare's nervous system, and if you have some porky mares just like my Caramel, it's perfect because it also has no added sugar. Now, VIP Miracle Mare should be fed only once daily, so it's really easy to feed, and you either feed 1 scoop if you have a smaller mare, such as Caramel size, or for larger mares who are over 500 kilograms, just like Lucy, you would then feed 2 scoops. And all you do is pop this into their regular feed, add water, and feed it just as you would any other supplement. If you do feed your mares more than once daily, then they only need to go into one of their feeds. So for most mares, they come into estrus during spring and summer, so these are your seasonal mares. So you actually only need to feed the supplement from the beginning of March normally until the end of their last season, which is typically in October time. So during the month that they're not going to be coming into season, you don't have to worry about feeding the supplement. You do, however, if you have a mare who is not seasonal. So if you have a mare that cycles all year round, then you will need to feed it all year round, and breeds such as thoroughbreds tend to be the ones that cycle all year round. So as you can see, it's really easy to feed. My mares find it really quite palatable. Obviously it's mixed in with their feed anyway, but mine actually really enjoy it. They've actually tried to eat out of the box a few times, so it is clearly something that they want to eat. So this has been designed to help support mares during their estrus cycle, and that is exactly what it does. But before we kind of like get into my experience of this and everything behind that, I just want to give you a little bit of a background behind my mares and how this product in particular has helped me go from my moody mares to my really amazing miracle mares. So if you don't already know, I have 2 mares. This is little Miss Caramel. She is my little 11-hand show pony, although she has been retired from showing, but we'll get onto that soon. And then we have my other horse, my other mare, and that is Lucy. So she is our Irish sports horse, and she is our dressage horse. What are you doing? Now, the reason that Caramel in particular, she's trying to get at the VIP Miracle Mare. The reason that Caramel in particular is here right now, because she is what is known as my moody mare. Now, she is known as being the most moodiest mare going, and she always used to exhibit really stereotypical moody mare behaviours. Sort of behaviours we'd class as undesirable. So this is her just chilling, but she used to really put her ears back, be quite territorial of her space. She's very naturally dominant with other horses and doesn't like them in her space. Okay then. which was the whole reason behind us having to retire her when she was showing. So Caramel has actually had a really strong showing career, more in her previous home than with us, and she has actually done county standard showing. She's a really good little showing pony. But my experience of showing Caramel has never been a very positive one, mainly because she doesn't like other horses in her space, and obviously in the show ring, especially when you're lining up and things like that, it's quite, you know, an enclosed space. Now mares naturally in the wild wouldn't be close to other geldings, and other mares, they sort of choose their group. So putting them in that situation takes them out of what they'd naturally be happy with, and hence she used to exhibit undesirable behaviours when she was in that scenario. So she used to rear, and she has become quite aggressive, which was obviously a dangerous situation for me, for other horses around us, but also she was not happy in that situation. As you can see, she's getting a lot better with personal space, and this is just her wanting attention. But normally, me being sat in her personal space would result in ears back and her kind of trying to bite me, whereas this is actually just a normal interaction between horses. She's trying to groom me right now, which is a fantastic sign, and this is the massive difference we have seen in her. So since we retired Caramel from the show ring due to her behaviour, I thought, let's see how she gets on with VIP Miracle Mare and see if her sort of aggression towards other horses helps at all, see whether it declines a bit. So the wheat germ extract in VIP Miracle Mare has been scientifically proven to help reduce those undesirable behaviours that we see in mares during their estrus cycle. That's a word I'll be struggling to say for this entire video. So during my time at university, when I did my animal science degree and went on to do my equine masters, I actually learned a lot about wheat germ extract, which is in this, and I was really interested when VIP Miracle Mare asked me if I wanted to trial this. So both my mares have now been on this for 3 months. They started at the beginning of March and we are now approaching the end of May. And during that time, I've actually seen a real vast difference. So during the studies, they found that some horses, their behaviour changed quite suddenly, as like literally within a 24-48 hour period of first being on this. Some horses, with any supplement, it can be more of a gradual. With Caramel, I saw a really big change with her all of a sudden. So she's more relaxed, she's more happy about me being in her environment, but the main change and the big thing with her is the fact that she's actually quite happy to be around other horses. So she's not putting her ears back, she's not going to bite them, and even our horses at home that she's been very much used to for many years now, she always used to react negatively towards them, and that is something that she has actually improved significantly with. So we are actually considering taking this little one to a show again to see what she's like in that environment. Obviously that is a more stressful environment, and as she got older it was just something that she was becoming increasingly aggressive with. So now that she seems much more happier and that she has been an absolute delight to be around, we are actually going to be re-showing her again this coming season. So obviously it's not just Caramel that I have, I do also have Lucy, my other mare. Now Lucy has always been less of a stereotypical mare, she's never been that marish, she's never exhibited those undesirable behaviours that you see a lot more in some mares. Some mares don't exhibit any different behaviours when they're cycling, some do, it's all on the individual and obviously on their hormone levels and things like that. Lucy, we always found with her performance in the saddle dipped slightly. She was never as willing to work, and that was the only real sort of moody mare, undesirable behaviour we ever experienced with her. Now, since being on VIP Miracle Mare, we have noticed that Lucy hasn't changed at all, even when she's in season. So her performance under the saddle hasn't changed. It's meant training's a lot easier with her. She's still riding exactly the same as she always has done, and normally when we knew she was in season, you kind of prepared yourself for not a bad ride particularly. Like, she was never really naughty, she was just always a lot more unwilling and just not as happy to be in work. But now she's actually doing really well. We've had no negative or undesirable behaviour from her under saddle, so that's fantastic. And I honestly do believe that the VIP Miracle Mare is just the thing that's turned my kind of crazy, kind of marish mares into absolute miracle mares. So guys, that is my experience of having my mares on VIP Miracle Mare. I hope this has given you guys a little bit of a background if you're wondering why your mare's acting the way she is, or if you're looking for a solution to kind of help your mare in supporting her with her estrus cycle and, you know, trying to help with those undesirable behaviours and turning them into a VIP Miracle Mare. Let me know in the comments below if you've ever tried this or if you're thinking of trying it. All the links to NetX and their website on this product and all the information will be in the description bar below. So don't forget to like, subscribe and turn on that bell icon so you get a notification every single time I post. I will see you all next week. Bye guys! Not Moody Mare. I really hate using that, but it's the best way to describe what I'm talking about. Love you. Also Lucy, she is my other mare as well as my geldings. Now I can't do. Caramel. Designed to help support mares during their estrus. So this. Thanks. Are you gonna do that the entire time? Yeah.